good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, whatever time of day you're watching this. You know what I'm saying? It's now about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I got busy last night, wasn't able to do the pod, but I'm actually gonna make another attempt at the pod that I tried to do last week. That has pretty much came out terrible. I waited till like 3 o'clock in the morning to do it, and I was too sleepy, and I was my nose was all snotty and all this other type of stuff. I was coughing and stuff. So I'm gonna try to do this again. Once again, this is Black Thoughts Radio. My name is Marcel P. Black. This is a hip hop culture podcast. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I just kind of been focusing on dropping free game. It's a lot of faithful alumni, a lot of people who always ask me for advice, and I just been pretty much just trying to talk about different things that might, you know what I'm saying, enhance your career or answer some questions if you've had any questions or what have you. Um, like I said, uh, for my vloggers, you know what I'm saying, Maroon Music One, just look up Black Thoughts Radio. And for my streamers, you know what I'm saying, mixcloud.com, you know what I'm saying, backslash Black Thoughts Radio. Pretty soon I'm going to try to move to Spotify and things of that nature. And one day I'm going to invest in some equipment that's going to actually let me edit this thing properly. But until then, just kind of get what you get or what have you. Thank you for everybody that's been tuning in, telling me that it's been very helpful. It's really cool of y'all, you know what I'm saying. So today's topic of discussion is something that is very important right now because I'm seeing a lot of my friends, my peers, you know what I'm saying, a lot of young up and coming artists or what have you, and myself included, you know what I'm saying. We're going to talk about the importance of a proper rollout for your project or what have you, how to roll out a project, and so look, if you're a veteran, if you've been doing this for a while, there's probably a lot of stuff that you can teach me or what have you. But this is kind of things that I learned putting out a project. I've never put out a project perfectly roll out or whatever, but these are a lot of things that I've learned releasing 10 solo projects, and actually I have a project coming out this coming Friday, so to make a number 11. And so, this stuff is like really fresh on my mind because I see a lot of my peers doing it, a lot of the people I mentor, a lot of the big name artists who I work with and kind of converse with, as well as myself. I'm actually outside right now on my porch, you know what I'm saying? So if you hear cars or crackheads or anybody walking up and down the street saying something crazy, that's what that is, what have you. All right. So number one, I'm gonna talk about why you need a project. You know what I'm saying? So I see a lot of people all the time. They do shows locally, or they might go on the road. They have no music to sell. They have no music to go on that's online. They have no real way of connecting with their fans. So first things first, you need a project to connect with fans. Because the thing about it is, if you don't have any music, you don't have a project. Either definitely you want physical, but if it's not at least online, you're pretty much just going to these shows or doing open mics or whatever you're doing, different showcases for nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's been so many times I've seen incredible artists perform, and I can't find none of their music online. And so me being a fan is kind of going out the window before the game even starts. You have what I'm saying? So in order for you to build fans, people that want to support you, as an artist, you have to have music. You have to have a project. You know what I'm saying? Be it, you start off with an EP, an album, mixtape or whatever you want to call it, what have you. But you have, you need fans. You know what I'm saying? You have to have music to really engage and maintain the fan base, what have you. Also, having a project, it helps you gain attention from press. So be it blogs, be it websites, you know what I'm saying, be it digital print, you know what I'm saying, be it online print or whatever, in Baton Rouge, you know what I'm saying, you have the antidote that covers artists. You have, out in Mississippi, we got our people First Day Fresh. Shout out to y'all First Day Fresh out there in Mississippi. You got the Advocate, you got the Dig, you got 225. You know what I'm saying? Getting pressed, you know what I'm saying? Because we can say that we're dope all day long. We can say that we're incredible artists all day long. But honestly, if nobody else is saying it, it really doesn't matter. And it's hard for other people to say that if you ain't got no music, you know what I'm saying? So this is important reason why you have to put out a project, what have you. Um, that's how you make money. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're in the streaming age, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? So you can make money, streaming with your music online. You know what I'm saying? On all your digital retailers. If you've got enough streams and enough followers, you know what I'm saying, you can start getting paid for putting your stuff up on SoundCloud. You can definitely go trap off of Bandcamp. And of course, your Spotify, your titles, your Apple Music, your Apple Music, your Amazons and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And then physical, you know what I'm saying, having projects, that's how you sell. You sell CDs, and not just sell the music, you sell the stuff that goes along with it. So if you look, I put out a project called Seven last 2017, and I have my 7 hoodie on. You know what I'm saying? I sell my 7 hoodies, my Cry Freedom hoodies, my trap pop. You know what I'm saying? I got the Free Black People, whatever. So music is kind of like it's like the gasoline that makes the car run or what have you. You know what I'm saying? You need the music for every other thing to be run, like the engine or whatever you want to say it. You know what I'm saying? You can use the music to build off of so many other things. So you need a project or what have you. You can't just be out here, I mean, you can, like I said. If you just want to do it for the culture, not really putting the music out, you just want to go to the open mics and the closed mics and get in the ciphers, you can do that or what have you. But if you want to be a career artist or even just maximize potential and what you're trying to accomplish, you're going to need like a full body of work or what have you. Be it a 5 to 7 song EP or a 10 song album plus or whatever, you're gonna need a full body of work or what have you. For booking shows, 9 times out of 10, like when I'm looking to book a show, I'm looking to see, like, I'm paying attention to who's dropping something, because 9 times out of 10, as a facilitator and somebody who books and promotes shows, you know, if you're promoting a show, then you already have. I'm sorry, if you're promoting a project that's coming out and already came out, that you're in full promotion mode. So it's not going to be as hard as it's not going to be as difficult to me to promote you or bring you to my city, or even if you're a local artist, because you already have everything kind of moving. You know what I'm saying? While you're promoting your stuff or whatever. So that's another way. I know for me, pretty much every time, that's a good way that I stay booked is because I release a project, and that's a selling point. Like, yo, on top of me trying to go on this tour, like, it works because I'm doing this tour to promote my project or whatever. So, having a project to put out, having music, you know what I'm saying, it makes it easier for you to get booked. Um, Number two, so here's another point that's really, really important before we even go on to putting out a project. Make dope music, make dope art, create dope art. Um, I have this mantra that I live by. Uh, Never create music for money. You do business for money. So when I'm in the studio, when I'm in the booth, when I'm writing, I'm thinking with my artist hat. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking with my artist hat on. So I'm just trying to make the best hip hop possible. I'm a conscious artist, so I'm looking at what's going on in African America and so in society at large, and I'm trying to find a way to, say what I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stay true to myself, who I am as a man first, and then I gotta stay true to my people. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta stay true to the culture and the legacy of hip hop. And I don't give a fuck about anything else besides being an artist that's creating who I see, what I see, how I feel. Making art that's a reflection of the people that I'm around, the things that I see, the things that I live. You know what I'm saying? I care about uplifting my people, and I care about, what I'm saying, doing dope hip hop. And I don't care about nothing else. I don't make records for the clubs or the streets. And, I'm just saying, if that's what you do, that's what you do. I'm just telling me. I've had some pretty successful records. I've done well on radio and done well live. I don't make music for that. I make it pure. And I try the best I possibly can to make the best possible art I can. Once that's done, I put my business hat on. And I work just as hard creatively to try to find a way to maximize potential and sell as many copies, do as many shows, get booked for X amount of dollars, get as many streams, as many radio plays or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't make music to do those things. I make music because I love it, because I have something to say. But I create business to maximize all opportunities. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go mainstream, but I want as many people, possible people in this world, as many ears in this world, you know what I'm saying, to listen to my music. You know what I'm saying? I might not be able to reach everybody, but I want to reach everybody I possibly can, what have you. So don't ever go in and feel like I got to go make a hit record to get on. Some of the best artists that I know locally and even like around the country, they started off making some really, really good music. They didn't hustle, they didn't grind their music. They got upset because they weren't making no money. You know what I'm saying? And so now they tried to make music. They feel like, oh well, if I make this type of song, if I make this type of record, then I'll get a deal because it sounds like what's mainstream. They didn't put no plan together. They didn't roll a situation out, and they still ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So being creative as a business person is just as important as being creative as an artist. But you kind of get into murky waters when you try to do both. So be very, very careful. Make music from a pure place and try to do great, great business and try to go as far as you possibly can. But it's important that you do focus on making great music. Don't try to make no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Make the best music. If you make jig rap, if you make panda rap, conscious rap like myself, if you do country rap tunes, you make boom bap hip hop, whatever you do, work as hard as you possibly can to be the best MC, the best writer, the best creative you possibly can. And like I said, once that's done, use some of those creative juices, use a lot of that creative energy to be, you know what I'm saying, to outthink everybody and get your music, you know what I'm saying, into many hands and eyes and ears as possible. Um, Number three, now this is kind of tricky, you know what I'm saying? What I suggest to all up and coming artists, you need to create a 6 month rollout plan, including 3 months before the project comes out and 3 months after the project comes out. When the blogs got popping, one thing I used to always see, and I did it too, these are mistakes that I made. You know what I'm saying? You start promoting maybe like a month out and you drop a single every week or a new piece of content every week and you wait on the day it comes out and then you don't have anything planned after that or whatever. As underground, independent, up and coming artists, we're not going to have no big first week numbers. So you need to be going really, really hard, you know what I'm saying, planning before and after. So, you plan up until the date comes and then you plan between the date comes. And what that looks like, and these are things that you can be doing before and after. Well, really before. First, marketing, promoting. We talked about this before. We always get confused with marketing, promoting. You know what I'm saying? Marketing is doing research on your demographic. The biggest mistake I see a lot of artists do, especially when they're putting out projects or just in general, is they don't know who their demographic is. They don't know who their fan base is. I ask a lot of rappers, who's your fan base? They tell me who they think they are, but they haven't done the tangible research and analytics to see who's really listening. Like for me, I know my biggest buying market is Houston, Texas. I know that my biggest buying demographic and streaming demographic, according to both Bandcamp and Spotify, are males in between. What is it? Is between 28 and 44. You know what I'm saying? I'm older. I'm 35, so I'm right kind of in the middle of that age, and I make conscious rap. People that are a little bit more mature, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what my demographic is. I understand, I understand that somehow, you know what I'm saying, that when I go on the road, mostly white people in the crowd or what have you, but that I don't make music for white people, but that's kind of strange. But it just kind of is what it is. But understanding what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, marketing, promoting, understanding the way people want to support you, the way what people like to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? I know that my fan base wants to hear true, authentic hip hop, conscious hip hop. So I'm not gonna come at you, rapping like 21 Savage or Lil Pump or Uzi Vert because that's not what people want to hear from me. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's not who I am. Whatever. I understand that, you know, I understand what people expect from me, so that's always great or whatever. Knowing your market, knowing where people are buying, how people are shopping, what people will react to, what stimuli will they react to, knowing what colorways your clothes need to be in your merchandise, knowing, do they want CDs or jump drives? I asked you about that last week. Knowing do you want, XYZ or whatever. And then promoting, once you have all this information and you're going to take these calculated and educated risks and guests or whatever and working to see how people respond to you or what have you, then you promote to them in that particular capacity. So marketing is not tagging a lot of people. Neither is promoting tagging a lot of people that spam or whatever. Marketing is seeing what people respond to, and then promoting is actually doing the work. Now you're passing out flyers. Like for me, it's not gonna make sense for me to go pass out flyers at XO. It's not gonna make sense for me to go pass out flyers at Bella Noche because that's not what my demographic is or what have you. You know what I'm saying? My demographic, is at Fade to Flow Sundays. It's at Culture Over Everything, at the Parlor, at, what I'm saying, things of that nature. If a touring artist comes in town, like what Sky's doing, Tyler Quality came through last year, that's my demographic. That's what I'm trying to get into. And that's why I need to be passing out if I have CDs, if I have flyers and things of that nature. So you have to know the difference between marketing and promoting. Blogs and websites. So, I'm in the process right now of trying to work on getting my music on a couple blogs as my project drops this Friday, what have you, a couple websites doing interviews, what have you, reaching out to different blogs and websites. Print press, I just had a conversation with, I'm not gonna say who it is, about, trying to get a write-up and review in the print publication. So like I said, in Baton Rouge, you have 225, you have the Advocate. My man Jay Clapp is doing really, really good things with the red section and the Advocate, really showing love to underground hip hop in Baton Rouge or whatever. So he's definitely somebody that people need to be looking out for. That's free game, it's a gym. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Digital content, absolutely. Making sure that you have good digital content. So on top of singles, you know what I'm saying, you having crispy pictures, you know what I'm saying, to help promote what you got going on as part of your rollout. You got behind the scenes footage, like I'm doing podcasts and blogs and vlogs rather. You know what I'm saying? You might do freestyles or whatever. You're having some type of content that's a part of your rollout to get people aware of what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Of what you got going on, get people interested in what you got going on, what have you. live shows are your best word of mouth, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. Music videos, you know what I'm saying? You shoot you a couple videos, you put them out. This should be a part of your rollout every single time. Music videos from the songs that people are reacting to the most, or a song that you just know is a bop that's gonna work, or that kind of encapsulates and you know it kind of expresses what your project is about the most. Definitely have some music videos as a part of your rollout. Excuse me. Physical promotion before and after the project comes out. Every single event that fits your demographic, that fits your consumer base, and wherever you are, go to the events, even if you're not performing. Go post up, man. I used to hear promoters up, be like, "Yo, I want to come promote my stuff at your venue. Can I come set up a table?" Sometimes they always say yes. Nobody ever said no. Nobody ever charged me to do. I might have paid cover to get in, but you know what I'm saying? I always was able to do the situation. While you're there, you're passing out flyers. Go ahead, get you 100 CDs. You know what I'm saying? For maybe 3 or 4 events, and just pass out little singles. Get your little inserts and get your little CD burned or whatever with the cover on it, of course. Get your little double sided insert. Get your pass sleeve. Just pass out a little maxi single like the old days. You know what I'm saying? The single, maybe one more other song, instrumentals, clean, dirty, whatever. Just go out and pass them out to people. You know what I'm saying? Um, you might, if you got wristbands, if you got buttons, if you got stickers, these are all pieces of physical merchandise. You know what I'm saying, that you could be passing out and really promoting to get your stuff out there. Go to Vivid Images, which is a black-owned company, or what have you. You know what I'm saying. You can get you some flyers with all your information on the situation. Pass them, say, look, the project is dropping this day, this day, this day. You can get it on this day, this day, this day. Email such and such, such and such and such, or whatever. You know what I'm saying, to promote that the fact you have something coming out. That then, most importantly, you got to know when to drop. For me, I suggest all up and coming artists drop in the spring, like between like March and May or what have you, for the simple fact that you know what I'm saying, um, you know, when you're dealing with like college radio, when you're dealing with things of that nature, for independent artists who kind of going that route or whatever, you don't want to go through the summer because school is out, so it's not a lot of stuff going on with college radio. You don't want to do it towards the end of the year before school gets out or what have you. You know what I'm saying? A good late February to early March between to late April to early May is really really ideal. Um, Talent bookers are shopping. They chopping up. You know what I'm saying? They chopping it up with you. It's festival season for the bigger name artists, but for the younger artists, the more independent artists, or whatever, it's kind of wide open and what have you. I never suggest doing your stuff in the fourth quarter because that's when the major labels are all trying to dump the bigger artists for the end of the year to write them taxes off or what have you, and so you're not gonna be able to compete. Like even with Marcel P. Black, why would if Dead Prayers drop the same day as I do? You know what I'm saying? In the fourth quarter, people gonna listen to the Dead Prez and that Marcel P. Black. So know when to drop your project, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If your buzz is moving, you have to listen to your audience. So this goes back to kind of knowing your fan base. Number four, the do's and don'ts. So I'm gonna talk about the don'ts rather. Let's talk about the don'ts of releasing a project. Don't rush. Take your time. Take your time. Let me tell you something. If you're an independent artist, you ain't got no fan base. You know what I'm saying? It don't really make no damn sense for you to try to do a surprise album because nigga really don't care like that or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Take your time. It behooves you to kind of be old fashioned and do what you got to do as an artist and take your time to promote the project proper. So don't rush it. Don't ever skip out on the mix and mastering. I made that mistake a lot coming up or what have you. Don't skip on the mix and mastering. Don't put out no cheap graphics. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta wait a couple extra weeks till you get in your budget to get this beat mixed like properly, or maybe get that feature that you've been trying to get, wait. Take your time to put out the best project possible. Do not rush. You know what I'm saying? Especially, if you ain't got no crazy buzz, it don't really matter that much or what have you. So take your time, give your time. One other thing too that I kind of mix up and roll out, pre-orders are important because that's how you chart. Y'all saw what Alpha Banks did. Y'all saw what a couple other different artists did as far as charting on billboards, you know what I'm saying, and iTunes and Bandcamp and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So get your pre-orders popping, you know what I'm saying, and that way you can chart or whatever. So that's one thing, whatever. But yeah, so don't rush it, man. Take your time. Like, you're gonna wake up the next day. You know what I'm saying? The day after that, the day after that, the day after that. And I ain't saying waste time. I'm saying don't rush. Don't rush your release. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's done right or whatever. And number two that I think is kind of whack that I've done twice, and I would never suggest doing this again. Don't drop on your birthday. That shit is corny. That shit's played out. A lot of people are commenting on your Facebook wall, hitting you up and saying whatever. Yo, as a birthday present, you can buy my album. Nah, that's whack. Don't do that, man. Don't drop on your birthday. That's corny. I've done it twice, and neither one of them really worked for me. And it just, just picking a good, my birthday's in September too, so that's another reason why it probably didn't work as well as towards the end of the year as opposed to whatever. Pick a time when you know your buzz is ready, and then you drop it when people are waiting on it and they want it, they hungry for it or whatever. Don't try to milk the fact that you drop some shit on your birthday, because honestly, your birthday's not that damn important. And just kind of stay with them holidays altogether. Just try to stay with them holidays altogether. Don't spam people, bro. Don't spam people, man. Don't fucking drop your shit and then just tag a million people, man. Nobody's gonna check that shit. When I look and see somebody tag me and there's over like two or three people tagged in it, I'm hitting the hide and remove tag automatically. You know what I'm saying? If you just drop your link up in my inbox without speaking to me, you spam in my inbox, that's whack. Don't do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Take some time, really build a legitimate buzz, see people who are interested, and build relationships like that. Stop fucking hitting people in their inbox without speaking to them first. That shit is rude. You wasn't raised right if you do it like that. Oh, bruh. This is one of the number one things that young artists do that drives me, and I think this is a bad mistake that people make that they shouldn't do. Um, don't ask for feedback after the project is already dropped. Do not ask for feedback after the project is already dropped. For me, I have about maybe 5 people total that I really trust their ear. If they tell me some shit is whack, I'm going back in to do it. I got a song on the album that Justin Ivy told me that shit was a dud. That shit got dropped, no questions asked. I respect his opinion. It would kill me to do that after the shit is already out. I've already paid for it. The feature, the beat is already mixed and mastered. Do not ask for feedback. If you want feedback, if you want constructive criticism, you ask 5 people in your inner circle that you trust 100%. Ask your homeboys, you know what I'm saying? Ask artists. I'm always here. You can always ask me before. You know what I'm saying? Or is anybody else that you respect and look up to and admire for feedback on the project or whatever? Do not wait till after it's done to do that. Let me tell you the reason why. As an artist, you want consumers, you want supporters, you want fans. You don't want critics before the project drops. Now, I'm a hip hop head. I listen to hip hop all day long. I've heard Jay-Z so many times that I can critique Blueprint. I have songs that I don't like on Blueprint. I don't like Jigga Jigga That Nigga Jigga. I don't like that record on Blueprint. But if Jay-Z would have been like, hey man, what do you think about this song before I heard the album? Now I'm thinking as a critic and not as a fan. Let me enjoy the project. You don't want me to put my negative thinking cap on. You don't want me to point out the flaws of your project before I've enjoyed your project. So that's the reason why you never ever ever ask for feedback after the project is dropped. Do it beforehand. You know, it's super duper important or whatever. It's like, yo, and like people, and I understand why people do it. They think it's a way to get people to really listen, by asking for feedback. Man, if I'm a fan, I'm gonna check it out. If I support you, I'm gonna check it out. I don't want the chore of breaking down the stuff or whatever. If you buy my shit, you download my shit, you can critique it all the fuck you want to. I don't care. Everybody's not gonna like anything or whatever, but I'll never ask you to do that before, and I don't suggest anybody else do it too. Don't worry about numbers. That's the number. That's the last don't I want to say. Don't worry about numbers, man. Don't worry about numbers. And the reason why we're going into point number 5 before we close it out, you work your fucking plan. If you want to say, I want to sell 200 CDs, don't worry about no first week. It might take you 6 months to do it, but just do it. Sell the CDs till you get 200 CDs. If you want to sell 100 T-shirts, if you want to get X amount of plays, if you want to get X amount of views, if you want to, broaden your viewers on YouTube or whatever, if you want to broaden followers on all your social media pages, just do it. Don't worry about numbers on some, yo, I gotta sell 10,000 the first week. That's not gonna happen, bro. We underground independent, we up and coming. That's not gonna happen. Just work your plan. Everything that you put into place before and after, work your plan. Work your plan. Plan your work and just work your plan. And I swear to God, and first of all, you have to manage your expectations of what you think is possible. That's super duper important. So I know for me, I average about 2,000 CDs sold with each release since Trap Hop. I sold almost to date. I've almost sold 10,000 copies, physical copies of Trap Hop. But on average, well, I guess that boosts my average up. But like every other CD that I put out from Black Collar, Cry Freedom, 7, you know what I'm saying? I sell about 2,000 copies, whatever. With this EP, I'm not really trying to sell a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? I care more about upping my space on the digital tip and more content things of that nature. Trying to up my space with. I want to sell at least a minimum of 5,000 physical copies of my album that's gonna drop later this year, and I'm gonna work my plan until it's done. It might take me 2 or 3 years, but I'm gonna do it. Work your plan. I swear to God, while you're in the process, you get so much more accomplished than being upset because you don't get this, that, and the third, what have you. I didn't chart. I didn't do this, that, and the third. Don't worry about doing all that the first week or what have you. Don't worry about not doing a whole bunch of pre-sales or whatever. People don't buy it, don't buy it. But just be consistent. Keep doing your shows. Keep promoting. Keep, doing your marketing and research. If you make a mistake, find out what you did. All this shit is trial and error. Uh, you know what I'm saying? You just got to make sure that you work your plan 100% until your plan is complete. And at the end of your plan, at the end of you working your plan, I swear to God, you'll be so much further than you ever were before. You know what I'm saying? So, that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? What I got for today. Just trying to get through it real quick. Um, so in the midst of all this talk about releasing a project, unless you've been hiding under a rock and just totally hating on me, not paying attention to shit I got to say, you feel me, on any of my social media, on any of my pages, all this other good stuff, you should know that I have a project dropping this Friday, March 22nd, you know what I'm saying, on Bandcamp.com, on Marcel P. Black, on all on all digital platforms, streaming platforms. It's called For the Culture. It's produced by M. Slago, brother. He's originally from Nashville. You know what I'm saying? Now he's based out of Dallas. You know what I'm saying? We met about 8 years ago, and last year I was looking for some boom bap beats, and somebody tagged him in the status, and he told me that he's been a fan for a long time. He'd love to release a project. You know what I'm saying? I went to Mississippi back in November. I knocked out a whole EP in a day, and whatever. And we just been kind of waiting for the time to be right. So here we are, you know what I'm saying? I'm really proud of it. If you know me lately, I've been doing a whole bunch of I'm always trying to, I never want to sound the same as an artist, so I'm a conscious artist, but production wise and the way I deliver, the way I approach music, I try to challenge myself and just kind of keep making dope hip hop. If you know me, in my mind, I'm a backpack rapper. You know what I'm saying? In my, like, aesthetically and culturally, in terms of attention, I am a rap nerd, but I don't make rap nerd music or what have you. If you heard trap hop, if you heard Cry Freedom, if you heard a song like Hallelujah, that's not rap nerd hip hop or whatever. But I am a rap nerd, you know what I'm saying? So over the last 2.5 years, man, I've been doing like a lot of touring the country from, from North Carolina to California to Chicago to Wisconsin to Vermont to Rhode Island to Nebraska and all these other different places. And man, I really, really fell in love again with underground boom bap, backpack, nerd ass underground hip hop. And I just want to make a project that kind of reflects that. You know what I'm saying? So we got 4 records, you know what I'm saying, on the EP. You know what I'm saying? Got one guest feature. I'm not gonna tell y'all can hear who it's gonna be or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's just about my love for hip hop. It's kind of like a rededication to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Kind of seeing hip hop at age 34, 35, as opposed to, you heard I Love Her 2-on-1 Love when I was a lot younger. That was just me reading and whatever. But now I am head first in underground hip hop, and I just want to make a project about it. So like I said, man, it's really, really dope. I'm really, really proud of it. Some of you probably heard the record Principles and Standards. It's getting a really, really good a really, really good response, rather. So thank you for everybody who's already pre-ordered it. If not, you can pre-order for a measly $3. A measly $3. You know what I'm saying? At marcelpblack.bandcamp.com. You can pre-order it on iTunes as well for $3, what have you. Just pre-order it. You get a free copy, free download of Principles and Standards. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing something different for this project. I'm going to have flash drives, and I'm going to put my whole discography plus music video on this flash drive or whatever. As opposed to just, you buying a CD for $5 or $10. I'm going to have my whole discography, including pictures. This will be 11 projects total. You know what I'm saying? 11 of my solo projects, plus music videos, maybe a couple pictures and other types of maybe looses and singles for $15. You get the 100% Marcel P. Black bundle. And I'm definitely going to have t-shirts, and I'm trying to, I'm brainstorming and working on different types of merchandise to have and, and apparel to have to go along with it as well. If you are in Baton Rouge, you can catch me. So it's kind of like, it'll be like a soft EP release for me For the culture. We have Culture Over Everything Baton Rouge at Southside Arts Center. That's Friday, March 23rd. You know what I'm saying, at Southside Arts Center, formerly 524 Studios, 524 North Foster, Baton Rouge, 70806, or what have you. Y'all pull up 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. I'm performing. I got my homeboy from New Jersey, Rec Riddles on the bill. Faded Floor alumni, Dollar Black from Jacktown on there. My little bro, TKO Size, aka Size, two-time Faded Floor alumni on the bill. We got Faded Flow, resident DJ, Soul Lab BR on the ones and twos, spinning dope hip hop all night. Go to marcelpblack.bandcamp.com. Get your pre-sale tickets for $7. Hey, we starting on time and we leaving on time because I might want to go to strip club afterwards. Celebrate, you know what I mean? But yeah, y'all come out, y'all support. It's $10 at the door, you know what I'm saying? So for all my Baton Rouge people, that's where you can come get the merchandise, get the t-shirts, hear new records from the EP, whatever, come support, get the flash drives and things of that nature. On for the first time ever, if I have any fans in New York, I'll be at the Delancey. So that'll be not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, March 27th at the Delancey, along with Rec Riddles and others. I'll be at the Stanhope House in New Jersey for the first time ever with Rec Riddles and Trife Diesel. You know what I'm saying, on March 28th. On April 4th, I'll be in Atlanta with Culture Over Everything Baton Rouge, Atlanta. Culture Over Everything in Atlanta. I'm representing Baton Rouge, rather, you know what I'm saying. Hosted by a Baton Rouge comedian, you know what I'm saying. Now he lives in Atlanta. Ronnie, my DJ, find me up on the ones and twos. I got myself on the bill. I got my little bro D Horton on the bill. My little bros, the Montessori from Birmingham, along with Paid in America and the Mobile Homeboys, you know what I'm saying. Homeboys and sister, you know what I'm saying. Basshead Jazz, and then the next day, myself, the Monastery D Horton will be in Birmingham, or what have you, at the Freedom House, formerly known as J Bird. Culture Over Everything Birmingham. We got Culture Over Everything Memphis on April the 6th with myself, D Horton again, the Monastery again, PU from the Loud Gang, and My Coalition. Global Red gonna be on the ones and twos, hosted by Fahara. I'll be back in Baton Rouge April 13th for BRCC Spring Arts Fest or what have you. On the 26th, I'll be with Pomac in Greensboro, North Carolina, at New York Pizza. I want to say I'll be at the Coffee Pot in Roanoke, Virginia, on the 27th of April. The 29th of April, I'll be in Charlottesville, Virginia, at the Nine Pillar Fest at the Jesus Christ something. The coffee. I don't know. I don't know the name of the venue. I forgot. May 11th. I'll be back in Atlanta, and I don't know the name of the venue off the top of my head. And the 24th, I'll be in Oklahoma City. Culture Over Everything, Oklahoma City. Then I have my own Culture Over Everything stage, May 25th in Tulsa, Oklahoma, at the World Culture Music Festival. So I got my own Culture Over Everything stage. So, you know what I'm saying, if you're a fan of Marcel P. Black and you want to come experience, for the culture, you know what I'm saying, and the Culture Over Everything movement live, those are the places that you can find me. I'm gonna make sure I list all this on the website too. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's already up on the website, or what have you. Slay the Flow, all women's hip hop showcase. This coming Sunday, March 24th at Uppercuts. You know what I'm saying? We got Legatron Prime rather, coming all the way from New Orleans to spin for us, what have you. We got the sister Tubby, you know what I'm saying, the mother, the sister, the auntie, the whatever you want to call her, one of the most important people in the local hip-hop scene. She's going to be hosting. We got Mother Color coming from Pensacola. We got Taylor J represent Baton Rouge, Cannon represent Baton Rouge, Shouty 48, and coming from Jackson. We got Fire Like Ayana coming from New Orleans, and we're going to be headlined by two-time Faded Flow alumni, Young Jules, what have you. She's going to make the Hall of Fame that night. So y'all come out, man. It's free food. You know what I'm saying? The Antidote going to be covering, you know what I mean? So it's going to be super duper dope times. I'm about to be really, really busy, and I'm going to try to keep up writing these blogs, writing these podcasts, or what have you. Writing these blogs, doing these podcasts for every single show. Try to come give y'all content every single week. In the meantime, y'all do me a favor, man. Y'all support the project. Some of my best work, people are saying principles and standards, are some of my best work to date. I feel like every record on the EP is that high level of quality. You know what I'm saying? So y'all support, like I said, marcelpblack.bandcamp.com, all streamers on March 22nd, this coming Friday. So that's pretty much it, man. Go to Maroon Music 1 on YouTube to find the vlog version of this particular podcast. If you're a streamer, go to mixcloud.com or what have you, Black Dogs Radio or marcelpblack.bandcamp.com. I'm about to put this up online, you feel me? And yeah, about to have a really, really good time. Hopefully I see you really, really soon. If you got any questions, man, hit me on any of my social media. I'll answer anything, and I just want I want all this content to work for you. If you listening, if you enjoy it, I apologize about the quality. It is what it is. We doing it straight guerrilla style shit. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, just the content is most important. What have you? So yeah, I'll see you guys real, real, real soon. Allah Mahabbat freedom.